Hello. Hi, all of my beautiful queens. Hello, and welcome all my beautiful queens. I'm here to do a meet and greet because I am a firm believer in you don't go away, you just been away for a minute, okay? And I have been away for a minute. But I am here to reintroduce myself, okay? The me here in 2026, okay? So I first want to give all my flowers to all my beautiful queens that have subscribed to my channel, that have supported me as far. But I also want to also do a meet and greet and share with you who I am, what I do, and what I am here for. And so I want to welcome I just want to welcome you, but I am your Queen Tasha Dene. I am the host of the wonderful podcast Womb Wellness. This is a podcast where I will be talking and sharing information about womb wellness using all natural herbal remedies. But before I get into the journey of that, I would like to take you down the journey of who I am. Again, I am Tasha Dene. I am a sister, a friend, a mother, an auntie. I am you and you are me, meaning I am a woman that has been built resiliently, but also have had her challenges through life when it has come down to my pelvic health care challenges. Yes. And some of them pelvic health care challenges has started with a irregular menstrual cycle. Yes. As a very young lady, I started out with a very irregular menstrual cycle, not knowing exactly what that meant or what that was. I know that it kept me out of school for many, many days. I know that it caused a lot of lower abdominal pain, uncomfortableness, a lot of heavy menstrual cycles. And I'm telling you, a lot of time sitting in the fetal position. Yes, literally laying down in the bed in the fetal position for days. Very uncomfortable during my menstrual cycle. My menstrual cycle also was so irregular that it lasted about 7 to 9 days. Okay, y'all? And I'm not kidding. My menstrual cycle lasted about 7 to 9 days, starting out as a young lady. And it was something that was very frustrating and something that was very unfamiliar to my body and to me because first time experiencing, it, I never thought that it will be such a bad experience. So this is one of the reasons why I decided to start my podcast on womb wellness. Because when we are talking about the womb, we are not just I apologize. I got a call that came in. Hi, how are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. We're talking about the uterus, the fallopian tubes. We're talking about the uterine lining. We are built resiliently. In this womb, these pelvic health care challenges start early as our menstrual cycle. And that's what and how it started for me. I was about maybe, I'll say 13 when I first started my menstrual cycle. And like I said, it just never was a time where I can remember where it was comfortable or it was something not to worry about. It was something that literally kept me out of school for almost a whole week at a time when I had to deal with it. And what it was also was a lack of education a lack of information. I am a 70s baby, okay? I am a 70s baby. So back then, it was not a whole lot of information given on how to take care of yourself during this time, during this cycle. So it was almost as a learn as you go. I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it real because there's a lot of people that's learning it as we go today. But that is why this podcast is built on information and being informational, because it was not something that I got at all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you, and welcome in, welcome in. I want to welcome everyone in. I want to welcome all of the support that is coming in. Definitely the thumbs up. Here's the heart because I have nothing but love for you. So as I, started my cycle, and for many years during my cycle, it tend to have gotten just worse and worse because of the lack of information. Like my teachers then was so used to it to where it was a certain time of the month. They was like, I know she in here. Here's her homework. Take her homework to her house, give it to her mama. She can do it, send it back. Like it was bad. Like I literally had to miss out on a lot of events, memories, and things like that when it came to my childhood. And it was all because I and my mother did not have the information we needed when it came down to my menstrual health. I said menstrual health because that is another big part of something we go through, ladies, is our menstrual health. It's bad enough that we go through mental health, baby, physical health, okay, baby, emotional health, baby. So I'm talking about the menstrual. These are this is the little thing that starts the big things, okay? Because as we know, we hear this initial PMS, okay, premenstrual cycle syndrome, symptoms, whatever you want to end up calling that last letter. But it can also call some mental issues as well, because you mad, you're angry, you're sad, you're going through so much because your hormones are not where they're supposed to be, but they're not where you think they're supposed to be because you don't know. So I went through a lot of that in my days, and during my time of going through my menstrual health care concerns, they really went unannounced, like overlooked. I went and I sought, I seen, I shared, and it was just really being overlooked as a thing that was supposed to be like normal. Like no, like what's normal about it when you're only 12 years old and you're just starting, to become that young lady that life has for you, but with no education, no understanding of why is this happening. We get more education, keeping it real. We get more education getting ready to have one than we do having information on how to have one. I'm just keeping it real, okay? And I'm going to just sit it right there. You are more than welcome to join the chat and put your comments down below and everything about thank you. I see that down there. Hi, how are you? But I am just keeping it real because that is what I'm going to definitely do here in the Tasha Danae's Wound Wellness Podcast. I am here to give out some opinions, some natural, original, natural information that is concerning not just me, but you or someone that you may know. And I may be that someone that you may know because I dealt with an irregular menstrual for very many years to where I dealt with them. I was able to find my own, as I thought, normal to it and everything. And guess where that got me? It got me still to even worse menstrual cycles and dealing with, again, pelvic now healthcare concerns. Okay. And I just decided one day, like, this just should not be. At this point, I am now into my second child. Okay. Now, I have dealt with these irregular or these menstrual cycles for many years, even as I decided to go into my childbearing years. I had my first child, everything was fine, and things like that. I still had the irregular menstrual cycle. Not during my pregnancy, but when I was not, I still dealt with the very bad pain, heavy bleeding, and so many other issues, and still could not find out the issue. Well, my children are 3 years apart, two beautiful, beautiful girls. But yes, me and my first husband was definitely trying to conceive as well. We were trying to conceive. Was not able to conceive, not in the timely fashion we thought. Okay, clock it. Okay, because we thought we was clocking it. Okay, baby, we was doing some clocking, and it was not happening. Okay, but okay, I was able to be blessed with another beautiful bundle of joy. Okay, yes, 3 years later. Okay, but it was after. It was literally, y'all, after my second child that I found out that I had been dealing with. Listen, y'all, listen. That I have been dealing with endometriosis. I'm sure it's a word that you wonderful and beautiful, amazing queens have heard by now. Endometriosis. Yes. And I found this out very late as I was, again, okay, clocking it, baby. Okay, I was clocking it. Okay, I was with my now, again, husband and everything. We are looking to expand, you know what I'm saying? And, and do some things. But it was still not as easy as I thought. We was clocking it, okay? So I'm like, this again, what's going on? Well, I'll remind you, I found out that I was dealing with endometriosis. And this is where your menstrual come on, the lining of your ovaries thin. Mine was not thinning. Mine was coming all the way, y'all. I'm talking about completely out, okay? Completely, okay? Like your flesh in your brain sitting outside your head, okay? And I'm just clocking it on the real. And that's how mine was. And it was really no way at that time of me dealing with it or getting the right support I needed to deal with it. So at this point, okay, y'all, I'm you know what I'm saying, I got the ring. We looking to have, another one, all that stuff, but it's hard. And everything. Now I'm finding out that the endometriosis over time with having these irregular menstruals lasting 7 to 10 days was building a lot of scar tissue, a lot of inflammation, and a lot of things over the years. That is why I'm here to educate my queens. Before you have to experience years and years and years of a uncomfortable, unrecognized, a low vibration information of your womb wellness. And I am not here to wait for you to get where I gotten, to share this or for you to deal with it or do something about it. So I was dealing with this for many, many years. So after I did decide, oh, wow, this is going to be a little more challenging than I thought, I decided to just give up. I said, well, hey, I have 2 beautiful daughters. I have a wonderful life here. I have a business. I have things going on. And this is enough, that my plate is full. My cup is full. I'm good. I went with that. I end up really being my best self and everything. And also taking the time, you guys, to deal with and educate myself on this endometriosis, okay? Because now I need to really figure out what is this, what has it done, and how much has it did. Because now it has interrupted my fertility journey. Okay, my fertility journey was definitely interrupted. Okay, yes, baby. Like you came and got all in my business. And so I said, let me educate myself. Let me just kind of dig down into my health and heal what I can heal and build where I can build and things like that. And that's what I did. I did that for many years. I did that for many of years. And during them years of me researching and building and fixing and things like that, I did not have or decide, and maybe I'm not going to really say, but I chose to continue on that journey. So there was no more kids to come in the journey of my future with me and my husband and, you know, the kids and things like that. You know, we also had children. I had my girls, he had his boys. So again, we kind of had both of best worlds, but both of kind of bad worlds. Okay, put it like that. Okay, and I'm going to leave that right there too. Okay, do what you will with it. So that was that and everything. And, you know, he was very successful, very, you know, family and husband driven and things like that. Things were really awesome. You know, I really expanded my entrepreneurness during my journey with him, you know, during our marriage. Like I learned a lot. And everything. So it was a really good thing. So again, sometimes what you think ain't in your plan is in your plan. Okay. All you got to do is just stand. Okay. Stand. And stuff. So, and I think maybe that is what it was, you know, because tell you the truth, I probably could have only dealt with two. Okay. Like, I probably only could have dealt with two, okay? Because y'all, my two is enough. They're a responsible, beautiful, independent women, but the two was enough. You know, and I'll let them expand that, okay? And I'm gonna leave that right there, okay? Do what you will with it. So that was me and everything, but I was able to go through my journey of getting information. Hi, welcome in. How are you? I did not mean to ignore anyone. I'm so glad you came in, Queen. And yes, you always not just a friend, but your family, you know, here in the royal den. But I end up changing some things and just really dealing with some things and learning myself as a woman, as a woman with a reproductive system, to know that I am individual, that I am my own individual. And I say that because we all get support from many different places. And as individuals, we sometimes can get treated the same. Okay. You heard what I said, the same. Okay. Because we're women. So again, for instance, if you go in for a bacterial vaginosis, I go in for bacterial vaginosis, baby, we're getting treated the same, okay? You're getting what I'm getting, okay? And you may have one less symptom. I may have all three, but what they're given is going to take care of all 1, 2, and 3. And so therefore, you know, that is what we're used to. That's what we go on and things like that. But when I started dealing with myself as an individual, sorry, y'all, as an individual, knowing that I know my body, that I know what bacterial vaginosis is, because I've learned it. I got information. I researched it. But I also know the signs I'm dealing with also, okay? But I also may know what may work best for for me, okay? And we have to start using our opinions, our concerns, our questions to the right people, because don't nobody know you like you, okay? Baby, let me clock that, because I didn't know me until I got to know me. And so I realized, like, wow, just because I have this and you have this does not mean that there's not possibly two or three ways to deal with that, okay? But if you're only given one option, then you're limited. You're limited. And that exactly is how it was for me as an individual when it came down to me as a woman, as an individual, as a sister, as a woman with a reproductive system. It's like your anatomy is this. This is what it does. This is what I've gotta do, and whatever to it, okay? You have one too. It's the uterus. No. I wish that it was someone back then, baby, yes, yeah, I'm gonna say it, in the 70s, okay? Yeah, see it all right there, in the 70s, that could just really be like, you know what? XYZ. But I'm gonna always tell you and you and you and the next person, baby, you are never, ever, ever too young, too old, too late to learn, okay? Because that is what got me into this journey of where I'm at right now. The reason why I could talk to you right here and right now, because you know why? I've been there. I've been there and done that, okay? And I'm gonna tell y'all later on in this journey what I mean by when I done that, okay? I've been there. I've been there. And there's a lot of our young ladies, our young girls, our daughters, our sisters, our nieces, our friends' daughters, our friends' friends that are going through this journey, not necessarily knowing how to navigate it, how to deal with it, how to maybe ask questions and concerns about it. Because it's not a lot of that really, like real talk. I'm not talking about TV. I'm not talking about going to your local one place and seeing it on a little picture banner or nothing like that. I'm talking about literally where you are at home, sitting on your couch, your chair, your kitchen, your living room, your floor, you know what I'm saying? Your shelter, wherever you are at, where you are talking to your young lady about their den. Their den. Baby, their den right here. Right here. I ain't talking about the entryway, baby. I'm talking about the roadway. The roadway. This is the beginning, baby. We need to get back to where we are able to talk to our daughters, our sisters, our friends, or really on real talk womb wellness. Like for real. Like you are at that age where we need to talk. You are getting to that age where we need to talk. And I don't mean wait till you get to that age. I want to encourage my queens to talk to your loved ones early. It's okay. God made us as beautiful, beautiful women with all of the necessaries, okay? All of the necessaries. It just ain't the hair, baby. It ain't just the lashes. It is not just the nails, okay? It is not just the nails, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the whale, okay? It's all about letting you know that you are a woman because you are a woman, because you have a reproductive system, because you have been built resilient. I say resilient because you are going to go through some things that none other will be able to bear. Okay? And I'm just not talking about childbearing years. I am talking about, again, when it comes down to your ovaries and uterus changing. You know that your uterus and ovaries change every almost generation that you do. So when you're born and when you're up to the age of now 10, that your uterus and your reproductive system and your pelvic system has went to a whole nother level to go to and get to a whole nother journey. Okay? A whole nother journey. That's why your mom be like, baby girl, because this is my infant, this is my little girl. Now you're my little kindergartner, you're my preschooler. Now you're my little 8-year-old. Now you're my 10-year-old. Baby, life changed. It's time to start sitting on that couch and start letting our little girls know that you are going to have a menstrual cycle one day. And y'all know what? When that menstrual cycle comes, or I'm going to tell y'all like this. Let me reverse it. Before the menstrual cycle comes, you already dealing with a transition. You already dealing with a transition. So I'm just going to give you an example. If you're already dealing with your child coming on their menstrual at 12 years old, for example, 12, just go back to think and look at the changes that was already happening at 10. And I'm going to give you a few examples of them changes. Their voice. Their voice. Have you had that little girl that was your baby girl, but then that voice changes into just a little bit more of a mature, older her? Second, body. The body changes. It's your child. You've raised her, you've watched her, you washed her. You see the changes. Don't ignore them. Do not ignore them. Do not criticize them. Do not get down on them. Embrace them. Bond with them. Bond with that voice change. Baby girl, I notice your voice changing. You becoming my little mamacita. Okay, a young lady. Ooh, baby girl, I see your body changing. I want you to make sure that you wear pants kind of loose enough. I want you to make sure, don't embrace it in a way of just starting to buy your kids no skinny jeans and got all they everything showing. This is a sign of a change, a new journey. This ain't about nobody being fast. Nobody doing any of that. That's you already labeling and already. No, stop. Because most of us didn't get that. Okay? Most of us didn't get that. We was fast. Your voice changing because you're talking back. All these things when no one was paying attention. That we was on a new journey. Them are two of the changes. 3, appetite. Appetite changes. Appetite changes. Appetite also changes hormones. Okay? You got your little baby that is so used to, again, macaroni, starches, sugar, sweets, all these things, Kool-Aid, pop, all these things. Appetite and hormones changes. These are 3 important critical things to start noticing as early as in your 10-year-old, your 12-year-old, because now there is something saying that life is supposed to change. And then when them things change, and if you're not paying attention, and if you are paying attention, the menstrual cycle comes. The menstrual cycle comes. And now it's unexpectedly, because you know why? You wasn't paying attention. You wasn't paying attention. You wasn't paying attention close enough. Okay? You got to pay attention. These are not bad things. These are things that life is just change. So me as a, I told you guys who I am. Again, if you guys like this live so far, please go down below and like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to have you back in here into the Tasha Day's Womb Wellness Podcast. I am a womb wellness facilitator and a womb wellness facilitator. I facilitate womb wellness care. in yoni steam, hydrotherapy, yoni steaming, and hydrotherapy lingam steams for men. I also facilitate all natural foot soaks to detoxify, again, the body as well with all natural herbal remedies. Yes, that I custom blend myself to individuals